So before any makeup gets done, I definitely have to clean off this vanity. And while I clean off this vanity, I just have a few things that I want to talk about. Call it a real estate rant, call it venting, but I just have a few things that I would love to get off of my chest. Real estate is hard. Not for everybody, but depending on how you entered into the industry, you can definitely find it difficult. Me, I went into the industry blindly. I had absolutely no intention whatsoever of being a real estate agent. But when I started seeing the commissions and I started seeing how beautiful Miami is, I said, why not? It's just based on work ethic, you know? If you have good work ethic, I mean, what can't you do? Like most things, I set the bar extremely high. I didn't just say I wanted to be a realtor. I said I wanted to be a celebrity realtor. Of course, all of this takes time. I mean, it's not difficult to run into celebrities here in Miami, but how many realtors do those celebrities know? Now, I haven't been on social media much because I've been working. For those of you who don't know, I'm Yana. I am an educator, South Florida realtor, and beauty product supplier. I thought I wanted to be an influencer at one time because I already know that I do influence. However, I began liking the idea of having my own product. And, you know, people look at the pretty pictures, the rooftops, the sunsets, sunrises, but you don't really see the grind. I mean, I came down here to start over, and I have been here for 8 years. However, it hasn't been easy. It was hard to even pivot into real estate. Please understand that the realtors that you speak to, you ask questions, ask to go see houses, unless all of those things result in a closed deal, realtors do not get paid. The only way you get money is to sell houses or rent apartments and houses. That's it. Behind the scenes, whenever we're negotiating and writing contracts and problem solving, helping people manage through their emotions, so many different things that can happen from the time that you meet a new client until the end. And that's why people get frustrated whenever their family and friends don't call on them for real estate, because in a transaction like real estate, you really and truly have to trust the person. So whenever you don't choose your family or your friend, then you're basically saying that you don't trust your family. Now, going back to the celebrity part, here I am on the internet blasting myself, trying to be seen by everyone's eyes so that I can get the attention of said celebrity. But when you actually get a celebrity client, everything has to be very NDA. I have been doing some reflecting on my presence whenever it comes to social media. I've started to move more physically instead of virtually, because you are carrying your clients' dreams, fears, money, family, future, and their privacy on your shoulders. Whenever you have a seamless process, you relieve your clients of stress. And that's what I believe every client wants. Stress-free. Or else, why do they need a realtor? They can go out there and stress themselves out on their own. It's not easy. Because one minute they love you and they trust you, and the next minute you include the loan officer, and now they're ghosting you. A realtor is a necessity. People don't want to acknowledge that, but we are. We've gone to school for this. We have walked through transactions with other people, and we understand how things can happen during a process, and we understand how to overcome those things because we have walked through them so many times. It's just a matter of communicating that in a way so that people trust you. And that's not an easy thing. And then there are co-workers that say things like, I've been a realtor for 15 years. I've been in the industry for 25 years. While that is a great accomplishment, the way that you handle certain transactions, they should show that you are a 10, 15, 20-year veteran. And that's not always the case. They talk to you crazy. They act like their way is the only way to do things. You know, they start trying to take control of the deal, try to bully you. And then if you stick up for yourself, they play victim. Like, it's really not for everybody. That statement, when it comes to college, entrepreneurship, 9 to 5, whatever it is, it's not for everybody. And you get to a place where you want to quit, that's the true test. Because the only way you'll know if you will be a great realtor is if you don't quit. I'm just venting about how much I have to persevere in this industry. But the competition and the grit of Miami real estate is a whole different ball of wax that you don't even know about it until you get into it. Everything worthwhile takes time. And so it's best to just learn along the way and understand that life is a marathon and not a sprint. And I have moved to a brand new state where I don't know many people, and some of the people that I've met I wish I never knew. Me, I'm from the trenches, and I don't say that with pride. I say that with transparency, because somewhere in this county there is a young lady who all her life has only known luxury. She may have been the daughter of a cartel boss, or she may be the daughter of a Fortune 500 CEO. Regardless of how her family comes about their money, her life's experiences are just different from mine. I was not a poor, didn't know when I was going to eat my next meal type of kid. I just lived in a place where there weren't skyscrapers, and when you saw a fancy car like a Benz in my neighborhood, then you knew it was about drugs. So I had to do some internal work in myself. I had to experience some things. If I have a client that comes in from New York, am I going to take them to Five Guys Burgers because I absolutely love it and I think it's like a delicacy because the burgers are $20? No. I had to learn about Capital Grill and Sexy Fish and all of those different places, so that whenever they want to know where are nice places to eat, dine, I had to learn all of that geography. I had to understand what my surroundings actually were. I had to go out and preview homes in communities, introduce myself to other realtors. So people can tell when you don't come from money. They can tell in your conversation, they can tell in your dress, they can tell in the vehicle you drive. Just because you weren't born with something doesn't mean you're going to live the rest of your life not having it. And I'm somebody that has always had big dreams. The fact that I've accomplished one or two of them keeps me motivated to continue on this journey and to trust the process of becoming a celebrity realtor. That's the goal. When I first started out in real estate, I used to show apartments that had gigantic cockroaches running around. I went into houses that I definitely didn't really want to be in, you know what I'm saying? But you can't judge people for what they can afford. You Either you help people or you don't. That's what this industry is really about. It's about helping people accomplish their goals. And if their first goal is a condo that's a fixer-upper, that's what it is. And you just show up for them. If I walk into luxury spaces or any other space, I walk in as myself and I just continue to show up. Okay? Even though sometimes I'm nervous and scared. I might not know somebody that can buy the $16 million property that I'm walking through, but that doesn't mean that one day I won't meet somebody that can afford a $16 million property. And I want to see what it's all about. I want to see what the floors look like, the bathrooms, the closets, the kitchens, all of the things that people get excited about. I want to see it so that whenever my time comes, I can be confident in showing the same types of properties. And the last thing that I think about is my skin and how thick my skin has to be. And this skin right now, this is crocodile thick skin, because I have been ignored trying to call people. There's people who have signed up to talk to me, and when I call them and say who I am, they hang up the phone. I try to tell them what I bring to the table, they reject me. One minute we're on the phone talking about, yeah, okay. The next minute they're ghosting me. In some cases they just try to play you. They'll ask you to send them, these different properties, these different apartments, houses, and then they'll go and work with someone else. They'll use you for the information and then take their confidence to the next person to say, this is what I want and this is what I know, not acknowledging the fact that they learned everything from one person. And I don't get paid for giving good advice, but no matter if it's rejection, ghosting, getting played, using you for information, or if you're getting ignored, you gotta just bounce back. Since earning my real estate license, I have now learned the process. Cause your girl did a few deals, you know what I mean? Few deals have happened. And I've learned the geography. I understand majority of both Miami-Dade and Broward County. I watch and pay attention to the markets. I'm less emotional whenever it comes to, the things that I mentioned previously about people ghosting you and using you for information and stuff like that. After going through hell and high waters, literally, I still love real estate. I still love real estate. And along with my thick skin, I have also gained wisdom. Wisdom to know when to say no. The wisdom to not clap back at people who play games in your face. But I've also learned to stick up for myself. The one thing that I want to balance out is people ask me where I'm from. I'm honest. They think small town, small mind. But then when I respond or react to what it is that they're trying to get over on me, they play victim. Small don't mean slow or stupid. Stature, community, school, wherever it is, if it was small, it doesn't mean slow or stupid. It just simply means that's where I started. With Celebrity Realtor being my biggest goal, I have small goals like that Ford Bronco. I like that. I want that. I have small goals like ocean view for myself. You know, I want to live on the ocean, and not necessarily on the ocean, but I want to live somewhere where I can see the water and see the sunset or the sunrise. As hard as real estate is, I still love what I do. I still love educating people. I still love walking through $1 million properties. I still love, talking to clients and letting them understand the pros and cons of their unique situation. I love seeing the look on people's faces when I hand them over the keys to their new property. I love reviews, of course. They're not the easiest things to get. And I love being someone that people can rely on. Not a lot of people that come from where I'm from get this far. They don't even choose to leave our hometown. But for me, I've always dreamed big, and I've always wanted to do big things. I did not take that test, pass it, walk through all of those roach infested apartments just to give up and quit. I knew that it was not going to be easy for me. I knew there were going to be a lot of hurdles that I had to climb over, and a lot of things that I was going to have to endure. I didn't know what those things were, but I'm telling you face to face now, they didn't break me. I'm still here. I'm still grinding. I'm still pushing. I keep going because my clients deserve to have somebody who cares about them. Somebody who's going to educate them, guide them, hold their secrets, keep their privacy. Someone who isn't just chasing a commission, but somebody who actually wants to look out for them like their family. I'm building a name for myself, a brand, a legacy that's going to live longer than myself. So yeah, real estate is hard. It's draining. It's overwhelming. It's emotional. It's frustrating. It's unpredictable. But I'm built for it tough, baby. I'm built for it. If you wake up and you have this much interest in something, then you shouldn't give up on it. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Would love to hear your feedback on this video. You have a blessed and wonderful day.